Hey Brittany, how are you? Sorry for the coughing. The allergies are, I mean, I really don't have allergies that bad compared to some, but they can still be kind of irritating. I'm trying to get this on. Anybody else have trouble getting on their bracelets? I try not to buy bracelets like this anymore because of that, but I felt like wearing this one today, so let's see if I can't get this to work. Alright. I'm glad I have nails. Okay, I know, you're going. Get it already, get it already. Well, I'm trying to do it a certain way, but this is not cooperating, so I'm trying to get my fingers out of the way. Let's see. Alright. Let's try this. How is everybody's day going so far? I thought I might have a new friend pop in this morning. She lives in the UK, and y'all, she is a wonderful young lady. She's, oh my gosh, maybe I should just forget it. I'm going to try one more time. Yay! I got it. um, yeah, she's a wonderful young lady, and she likes to color. She uses some pencils, but mostly she uses all kinds of different pens, gel pens, Sharpies, etc. And she wanted to show me her collection of books and her holiday pictures and things like that. And I told her what time we would be on today. What my usual time times are. Gosh, grammar is no joke. I can't grammar today. Oh, y'all, that's a good saying. Somebody steal that idea and make a t-shirt. I can't grammar today. Or we could say me no grammar today. Anyway. I've become more aware of my grammar since I've been teaching English. And while I might say something that, everybody says, like I ain't gonna do that, or I don't know, just some other kind of regular society type of grammar mistakes we all do, and nobody says anything. I can't, it's like I notice it more than I used to. So that was a whole nother thing of stuff you probably didn't want to know. Okay, oop, my camera working? Yay. All right, this is Hanna Karlzon's... Shut up, Siri. Daydreams. It's the only one that I have. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting another one, but I'm not sure which one. She has a lot of portraits in the other books, and I suppose I could get them anyway and just not do the portraits. Obviously, I wouldn't do the portraits, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. But this is the one I was working on. Can y'all see how much progress I made on that? Tell me, does this look like a real fox? I'm not done yet with the fox, but I'm getting there. I use reference photos, of course. Trying to get my pencils all in a row. I thought I had another orange here. Let's see. I wanted to show y'all something, but I think I threw it away because I don't see it sitting here. Well, y'all can help me out with this. Excuse me. Yesterday at some point, gosh, I need some lemon water. The only thing lemony I have here. Lemon. Let's see how that works. Excuse me. Lots of congestion all of a sudden. So, I was showing, I was making the video for the friend I just talked about of the pins I have, and I showed her the glaze and the, not stickles, the sparkly ones, Stardust, some other stuff, and I dropped some at some point, and I thought I got them all. So this morning, during one of my classes, I'm looking over at my dog chewing on something. So it doesn't look, weird exactly, but between the two classes I had, I rushed to give them their dinner, and I noticed this red stuff on the floor, like it was, my first thought was, is somebody bleeding? Because it really does look like somebody dragged in an animal and just splattered the blood everywhere. And then I noticed a little vial looking kind of thing. And I said, what is this? I just wanted to show you, but I guess I must have thrown it away. And I'm not going to dig through the trash. Although I did a little bit. So I showed it to my husband, and he said, I don't know what that is. And I started twisting it around. And you know what I saw? One word. Glaze. Now, I didn't mind too much when he chewed up one of the color pencils. And I don't use red that much. But it turned out to be one of the glazed pens that I have. Oh yeah, I want to show you. Oh, that's in. Okay. Now, I know I could go online and buy a cheap. Or even go to a local store and buy a cheap pen holder. The pen holder I was using for my glaze and Stardust and stuff. Sorry. This lemon thing is kind of sticky. I'm going to take it out so I can talk properly. I thought it was going to stay in one place, but it likes to move around. I could go buy a pencil container holder thing, but I said, I have boxes. I knew just the right box. Do you see it? Now, I have made things out of boxes before, and usually I cover them with some kind of contact paper. I didn't have any, so this is Bob's Red Mill whole grain stone green. It's the oatmeal. You see that's already coming off. And I've done a better job in the past on getting these all in there, but I just needed something quick. So I made this, and it holds my Sparkle Pops, my Jelly Roll Stardust, the glaze, the aforementioned glaze, the metallic. And these are the metallic King Art gel sticks. I put those in there too. And these are the Pentel Siliki. I don't use these that much. I probably need to play around with them on something. And I cut different parts of the top of the box. So this particular brand of oatmeal, it comes in a 4-pack, and it has this bottom part that's like a lid, but you know, that's the bottom. You have it on the other side, but the lid was too short, and I said, all right, I'll take, or the bottom was too short, so I take the top, and I took the other bits of it and cut little dividers. So that is my homemade divided pin holder, and I can pick it up real easy, and it cost me just a couple of pieces of tape. So there we are. And so the moral of the story is, make sure that when you drop something, pick it up. Look everywhere for anything that you've dropped, because a 8-month-old puppy can still find it and chew it up. So now I come to the part where you can help. How do I get that gel pen glaze off the carpet? The carpet in my craft room is, it's just a mess. We've started little by little to change over to kind of a waterproof type of word begins with a V. Can't think of it right now. Vinyl looking, or a vinyl. Gosh, words are so hard today. Wood looking flooring. And we didn't do that this year. I hope next year we can. I want my craft room's carpet to be changed because it is so stained. And so anyway, it doesn't matter that there is a gel pin stain on the floor, except that it's red. And we're trying something called Resolve. We're seeing if that won't get it out. Otherwise, I'm going to have to buy a really long carpet to go from the front, from the door to where that is. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe a small carpet. Y'all can tell me, how do you get gel pen out of carpet? That's my question. Laminate. Yes, Shannon, that's it. It is a vinyl laminate kind of thing. It's waterproof, which is definitely what we wanted. So my floor in my living room and bedroom and the closet in there look like barn wood. I just love it. It looks like aged barn wood. So, and that's a very common style for just about any of the flooring people. So it shouldn't be too hard to get. Even if we can't get it, it's you know, it's just say, well, we wanted something different from from this one. Oh, yeah, I've got a little bit of a headache. Um, and I've got a lot on my mind. I think the headache is just from allergy because it's really bad right now. And if you know anything about this part of Texas, it's allergy central. If you even have the littlest allergy, it will be big. Everything's bigger in Texas, right? Yeah. Anyhow, what do y'all think of my fox so far? Wow, I'm looking at it on the screen. Hopefully that's what you're seeing. On the flowers, I started to use my watercolor paint. This is my Starkly. Thank you for your patience. Sparkly. Now this is sort of more metallic-y than sparkly. But, you know, if you do it right. And I used some lighter color on there, which may or may not work very well. So probably the best thing for me to do if I want that to be sparkly is to use the Wink of Stella. Let's see. I put another colored pencil on the top of that, so I'm going to kind of get that layer off. I was trying to put white on there to see if it would brighten it up, but nope. Did anybody else open their Wink of Stella the wrong direction? Because the top and the bottom have a similar shape. See if I can get it off without pulling the whole thing. All right, let's see what this does. I love Wink of Stella. I was just trying to make something sparkly on there. I might even get out the gel pens, as that's not... Well, maybe it is a little bit. Can y'all tell? You see that? Yeah. And you can see that is more sparkly than that paint. I would love to have different glittery watercolor, but we will just have to put that on our Christmas list or something. As you can see, I've already started and gone well into working on the fur. Let's see. I wonder why this isn't working very well. Let me... I'm looking at my computer and I can't see the chat on that. So I'm gonna see if this won't fix it. If I can't see the chat on the computer one, I can't do any polls. Not that I'm planning on doing any polls. There it is. Yay. BBBB. I don't know why I did that. Should be... Oh. That's crazy. What was it doing? I have no idea. That's crazy. Okay. It can only show me, so I don't know why this is doing what it's doing. Let's see if I can't fix that. Not that you can't see what I'm doing or anything, but you know, I like things to be just right. What I was using on the back, on the fur, was I using that orangey of an orange? I think I was. On the fur, except for the white, I was using the polys. So I have sanguine, Now, I would say sanguine, but it being, I don't know, French, it might be something else. I don't know. Anyway, Venetian red, burnt sienna, and the black. And then a little bit of like cadmium red. I've also added here and there some Arteza shadow, gray, and I did use some of the black there. I wanted the shadows to kind of be soft, I guess, and the dark chocolate brown. I don't think I used that one. Oh, yeah, this one. This is Poly. It's a light yellow ochre. So I'll try to tell you my process. I just did this. Made circles sideways. Just the flat of the pencil instead of like this. I did it this way, and I found that that looks more like fur than anything else without doing the flicking. So I put that almost everywhere. Yeah, I did, except for the end, the tail, of course. Hey, Hanna. Hey, Marcy. I wonder if it's going to let me do this. I hope it doesn't make another live. Anyway, so I used the light yellow ochre and colored this lightly everywhere that I wanted it to be, right? And then I took the sanguine. Now I'm going to say it twice. Okay, what is the synopsis? No. What is the consensus of how to say this? Sanguine. So it sounds like wine at the end. Or sanguine. It sounds like win. Wine or win. What is the correct way? And then I just did this everywhere also. And where there was going to be more dark, a dark area, I put a little more on it. Let's see, right here I want to add a little bit more because I want to make this fur look like it's, you know, it's 3D. So I'm trying to think about light source, but we're just going to say he's in a jungle, or she, and there's light sources coming from everywhere, or forest, forests. So there's light coming from everywhere. Anyway, that's what I did. And the next one was the Venetian red, which is a little darker. And I didn't do this everywhere. I didn't color with this everywhere. I just went back to the dark places and came out just a little bit. I'm not worried too much about exact right now. And that's what I kind of like about the polys, is the layering. The first layer doesn't have to look beautiful. And then the next layer can fill in some of that, some of the white. And since I used the light yellow ochre on the back, that's more of the color that's coming through. Of course, this paper is not white, but you know what I'm saying. The little bits. What is that? I don't know. Ah, Yana Marcy. If you've been drinking wine or not. Well, Gwyn. I pronounce it sanguine. Okay. Then I will say sanguine. Unless somebody corrects me. And since that's kind of where I left off on this part, I think I'll add a little more Venetian red. And I'll just keep adding more layers and layers until I get it like I want it. I'm still not done with this part around the face. It took me a while to figure out what colors I wanted to use where, and I looked at a reference photo, and you can type in fox sleeping, but you won't get this exact position, not posture. What I did on this part, in the shadows of the flowers and the leaves, I used some gray, which now I can't find it. Oh, well, I used the shadow gray. And then on top of that, for some reason, I was using, the shadow gray. That's the Arteza. And then I went back to the sienna brown. I kept messing around with it until I found something I like. And this is far too much time to work on this one shadow, but that's kind of what I did. Alright, where's I? I'm still down here. I'm not sure why I used 4 different pencils for fur, but I guess them by themselves didn't give me the color I wanted, so I said, well, I'll just add another color. Has anyone else done that where you just, whoa, sorry, thank you for your patience in me moving this around. You just keep adding more colors to the top of something, and then that same element appears somewhere else, and you go, what did I do? What did I use first to get that? Happens to me all the time because I don't bother writing things down. I used to be really meticulous about writing stuff down. Oh, well, I guess I need to do a little more. If you look at pictures of foxes, you'll see a few different looking ones. Most of the time, though, they all have kind of reddish. Arctic foxes, they have regular looking fur in the summer, and then they go to white. But this one's not an Arctic fox. At least I didn't make it so. I wonder if anybody's done that. Made this an Arctic fox. Ooh, I can see an Arctic fox with a black background with stars everywhere. Maybe a hint of foliage in the back, where they are. It's a thought. I don't have a second copy, so I couldn't try it out, but wouldn't that be interesting? Thanks, Marcy. Oh, you do? Yeah. This ear. Oh my goodness. This ear. took a little doing, and it may not be just right, but it is tolerable. Concentrate. I was watching someone's live stream. I think her name is Liz something, begins with an M. And I don't particularly like her style of subject matter, but I like to watch her because she's so friendly. And I still learn from her work. And one of the things I was learning, and I probably knew it, you know, but I just, when it comes out in the front of your brain, is when you really internalize it. Is about shadows. You can use, sorry. You can use a darker version of a color you have. Like I can use this brown down here. And maybe it looks fine. But it's great to use an actual, like a gray. You know what? I don't think it was on hers. Hers was the layering one. The shadow one was on, I want to say it's DC Art Attack. He did a really long live stream one day, and I enjoyed just watching him coloring or creating this character with just alcohol markers. And of course I was trying to absorb all the alcohol marker tips that I could, because I don't use them as much, and it'd be kind of fun to try to use it without any pencil. But anyway, sorry, shaky. It's gonna be a shaky day. And I have had breakfast. It's just I played too many video games. I only play one video game, but I play it for a long time. It's kind of an obsession. I'm using the same colors. I'm just using them over and over again to layer. Anyway, so DC Art Attack was talking about layering. No, not layering. He was talking about shadows. No, it was just with alcohol markers, but I think it's also true. And, you know, I knew that that's what you did, but sometimes I've actually tried to make shadows with the complementary color, which works pretty well on some things, and not so good on others. And I've used a darker version of a color, and I've used grays of various kinds. So there's a lot of different ways you can make shadows. Rita Bourbon's African book a couple of days ago. Oh, Marcy, I'm so jealous. Yeah, I agree with that, Marcy. That's what I'm finding. I haven't done a ton of fur, and so I'm learning as I go also. Learning as you're watching. But I have to agree with that. It's very much a layering kind of thing. Yeah, I'm very jealous. I want that book, but I didn't want to pay the shipping that it would take to get it from the UK, so I'm going to try to patiently wait for it to come to the US. And I need to use my book. I need to turn my book trying to get this weird curve, not so curved curve out. Now I lost my train. Oh yeah, I'll just wait for it to come to the US. I've thought about, I really just need to make an order from Amazon Japan. But then I stop. I feel too guilty. Oh, I could use this money for something else. I don't need those books. I've got a ton of books. So I just don't. Maybe one day the Little Mouse Yuri. See how that's... I'm not sure if I need to just erase that. Or just add more shadow. Hey Mona, hey Sue, thanks for coming in. I got started just a hair late today because I needed to reboot the computer. I did my classes this morning. I just had 2. But when I went to open my Streamlabs, yeah, app, it wasn't showing me my screen. It was blank. And I said, oh no, what is going on? And I checked all the settings and everything was fine. And my husband came out of his office and said, and I just, I try not to ask him instant questions as he's coming out of the door, as if I was just having a regular conversation with him. He was sitting right here. I try not to do that because then he might, I don't know, he might not enjoy coming out of his office very much if I'm just going to clobber him with questions. But this one was important. I'm just trying to erase that bunch of coloring I did underneath. I didn't, and the on top is coming off too, but wow, that actually looks pretty good like that. But I think I want to, anyway, I asked him to help me with, and I said, I did all these things. And he said, okay, let me sit down. And I said, what did you do? Oh, I just rebooted. Oh, well, I was going to do that. Literally, I really was. But I wanted to try other stuff before I did that. But rebooting seems to be the best thing to do on just about everything. I may not do any flicking on this, just for the sake of getting it done. Blackwell's UK sends it free shipping to the US. Wow, how did they make any money with free shipping? Do you have to order a certain amount? Can I get the Yuri book there? I'd like the sort of the companion of the Yuri book is the rabbit book. I like fantasy kind of things. Well, that's not exactly fantasy animals. Cutesy animals doing things. Like, because I've got Kingdom and Symphony and, what's the other one? Garden. All the animals are doing things there. But some of the time, some of the pictures, they're just doing ordinary things that animals do. Sitting, smelling things. Oh, you did? Okay. The video you were referring to, is it? Yes, ADC Art Attack. Yeah. I think you were on there, weren't you, Yana? Sorry, I have a friend named Jana, and so when I see that spelling, it makes me think Jana. I don't really like this, how much dark I did over here, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. Just put a little more of that Venetian red down here. That guy talks a million miles an hour, but I enjoy it. And he tries to look at the comments. He probably doesn't want to do it, but I think he should have maybe someone there with him reading the comments. But that's not always easy to do. Oh, keep running into my phone. I did go back and order another Africa book a day later. One wasn't enough. You like it that much, huh? I have the other two. I don't know how to say it, but it's Main Reese Dirch. Not sure. I need to learn French. Anyway, I've got the other two of that. And I'm not sure what year she was going to come out with the Americas, or if she's going to do all of the North American continent and then do a South American one, or if she's just doing all the Americas, which that would be a lot to cover. I mean, even in the US, you've got the West Coast and the East Coast, and there's so much there. She'll need to either split it up or make two, making two books or making it one giant book. I don't know. Anyhow, what was I saying? I lose my train a lot. I've seen some flip throughs, and I really liked the pictures in there. So what is that? What's that place you were saying? Begins with a B or something. Blackwell's. As a large advocate, she featured just a few countries. Oh, yeah. So she may have to do Africa too. Maybe she was just hitting the highlights. I don't know. Blackwell's. Blackwell's bookstore? Blackwell's bookstore. Ooh. Banned books. I don't think I'll be interested in that. Uh-huh. Cool. Do they have the Yuri book? I'm not sure who that's by. Wild Mouse. They probably don't. That's funny. No, I don't see it. World. I don't like that one. Now, do they happen to have Atlantis? It says January there. So I can't get that one. Oh, sorry. Like to see your duos. Oh yeah, Australia would be great. Hey Elise, thanks for coming in. Well, we were. I just wanted to see that it was there. And it is, so that's cool. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Well, I just wanted to see if they happen to have it, you know. I think the only way to get the Yuri book is to order from Japan. Now, where was I? I was down to the burnt sienna. This part of this little rear end is going to be darker. I just want to clean up some of these shadows in here. I may not get to get a shadow around everything. That would just take ages. I think this burnt sienna is working fine. Now for shadows. It took me a while to figure out how to color like this. Because I'm dealing with shaky hand too, so I've got to hold it a certain way. And hold the book a certain way. In order to get it. So the background, I'm almost to the background. I think I will go in with, let's see about this darker. This is chocolate brown. I wonder if I could find a darker brown. Burnt sienna. Is that the one we're seeing? No, chocolate. This chocolate has a little bit of, maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna try burnt umber. It's pretty close. Let's try that brown. See, this has got a little bit of red in it. But I think that'll work. Let's see. Yes, I'm always window shopping. It's an obsession. I don't buy stuff all the time. I just look. No problem. Dad, my dad just called and sang to me here at work. What a surprise. Yeah, is it your birthday, or did he just randomly say, I think I'm going to call my daughter today and sing to her on the phone. I wanted to use ink tints on the background. But I'm not sure. I have a couple of ideas. Whether or not they work, I don't know. One was just to black it all out. This part here took a lot of doing. I used Posca pencils, and I just kept working at it and working at it and working at it until I got to the point where I liked it. I didn't want to do too much more, but I really wanted a spot in here to be super dark. I may have to go in with the black. Wanted some super dark. Okay, back to the burnt umber. Keep jumping to different parts, kind of reworking it all together instead of one part at a time. I mean, you know, build it up together. Oh, happy birthday, Sue. Well, I think Friday the 13th is a lucky, lucky day because you are here with us. And celebrating, letting us celebrate your birthday. Ooh, I really like how that's coming out right there. I think I may just have to say his tail is done and get to work on his head, which is pretty much, I think I was up to this color. This is the finishing red. You're welcome. At a certain point, I just try not to expect a lot on my birthday. Not in terms of stuff, but just, you know, things are going like perfectly. One year, I was 45, I remember it. I remember it. When I was 45, right on my birthday, I got stung by 2 bees. And I have never, before that time, been stung by bees. Not in my whole 45 years up to that point. So that was a nice birthday. Wasn't that a nice birthday? The bees were trying to celebrate with me. Hey, Callie. Did I say hey, Callie? And hey, Dawn. I don't think y'all were in here before, so I'm sorry if I missed anybody. And hey, anybody that's lurking, I really need to get my glove on here. That's how I do it now. I just put it down like that. Mainly because I think my hand moving around actually rubs off some of the color anyway. Thanks, Callie. I'll take... Oh, who's got banana bread? Mmm. Mona, where do you live, girlfriend? I tried making brownies from... now, I've made brownies many times, but I had a box brownie mix. And I knew one of the people I watched them make things. They had a desserts. They had a brownie mix hack, and I followed it for the most part, and it's okay. But it came out very cakey, probably because I used two large eggs. The next time I make that, I'm going to just put one egg in there, so it'll be a little denser and less like cake. And then I asked my father-in-law, who comes to eat with us every evening, I said, do you think that brownie cake needs some icing? He said it wouldn't hurt. So I'm going to try to put some icing on there today. I don't even know, do I have powdered sugar? May have to do that another day. Powdered sugar. What I had used before for powdered sugar, I mean, I did use regular powdered sugar too, but was they came out with a stevia powdered sugar, and I think I want to order some of that. It won't come till tomorrow. I suppose I could just put on my shopping list powdered sugar. I'm looking at my phone and I noticed I have 3. Oh, all these look okay. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking about getting my hair cut. Do you think you'll be able to visit with Sorry about that. Talks amongst yourselves. Oh, my sister was texting me and I had to answer that. All right, where were we? And of course, I lost my train of thought. Boy, it's you know, getting older is no joke. This part right here is a little bit lighter. I'm using that light yellow ochre again. I guess I'll just leave it. I was going to try to make, you know, indicate white here. I still could, I guess. It would probably look good against that dark area. Northern upstate New York. I think I remember you saying that now. I'm not too crazy about this stark whiteness here, so I might color a little bit of the white right next to it. It kind of helps blend that harsh line. Y'all probably already figured that out, but sometimes I just figure out stuff on my own and then see what everybody else does. This is the Sanguine again. And foxes will have different looking coats depending on the season. What is that? I don't know what that is. Gosh. It's like the Princess and the Pea. I can feel something right there. I'm going to try to ignore it. I would love to visit upstate New York. Now the eyes, I wasn't sure. I need to use my reference photo. I wonder if I'll even get to the background today. I'm pushing a little harder with this Sanguine. On some areas, like where there's going to be shadow. I know she likes to do these dots to indicate shadow a little bit, but you can see here I blurred them out with white, but it's kind of hard to do with this color unless I had this exact color in a Posca. Can make it a little darker under the eyes. I don't know why. It just seemed the thing to do. Okay, let's get the darker one. it this way. We've got some family that I don't know that I've ever seen coming tomorrow to my house, and I'm just a little bit anxious about that. A little bit nervous. I need to get closer to that black. That's the second acorn today. That's not too bad. Definitely need more shadow here. I was thinking they had kind of a stark line between their ear fur and their head's fur, but I'm not sure. So we'll just make it like that. Oh, and I know what I forgot there. Where's that orange? Is this the one I used? Yeah, it wasn't this one. I just, since I've got it up in here, I want to just make a quick little addition. Just a hint. Is that acorn good? Gives him something to do. Some mornings he's like a toddler, just jumping around the house and getting into trouble and all that stuff. I'm not sure I'll add much here, because I really kind of like what's going on there. Okay, now let's go with the brown. My throat. Hey Thomas, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I worked on the tail by doing the same thing as I did here, just whiting out the black dots and then most of the tail up to here, and then I added gray color pencil. Oh, I was talking about the background, I think, when my sister texted me. Yeah, there's so many things I could do. I know I can use the ink tints, kind of what I'm heading for. Kind of what I'm heading for. I need to look at a reference real quick. Nope. Nope. Okay. Oh! There's a lot more white at the front of the nose. That's cool. I think I'll use Posca. Kind of this I'm all right, except for some allergy. Me, just the usual, although I may have some cousins coming by. Oh, I didn't know that was hitting that. Sorry about that. Okay. I'm going to use my, if I can get to it real quick. I know this doesn't take long, but I mean, Posca doesn't take long to dry, but I was in a hurry. Now let's see what I can do with that. It's lighter. I guess it all depends on where the light is. I'm just trying to play around with it like I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Now, of course, I'll have to wait for that to dry. Wrong one. What are you doing? I don't know. I'm making a mess. What are you doing? I'm gonna go a little bit into that. The darker. may just use Posca on that. I guess I could just make it darker. I like to try to make things, you know, that's reasonably realistic, but sometimes you just can't. So you do what you can. Now what do you turn on? It doesn't look good. What do you turn on, babe? Oh. Still an acorn. The funny little guy, sometimes he'll run into the house with a branch with twigs and leaves on it bigger than he is. I mean, the whole thing's bigger than he is. It's so funny. Yeah, this part right here. Ooh! I like what that's doing. I don't know, but I like it. Well, I'm using a... I like it. I can come back here and do this color. I think I like it. I don't know, maybe I like it. Sienna. Mm-hmm. I don't know. So many shadows and things in there. Let's try this one. Yeah, I'm getting too deep in the weeds. Too deep in the weeds. Trying to create texture is not easy. think I want to go back to that chocolate. It's got more red in it, so. What did you do today? I just made a mess. This is the Arteza. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Let's concentrate together. I know I could do a lot of flicking stuff, but I'm trying something different. Get out that gray. I thought I had the I've been using my cinch machine. No book is safe. No book is safe. No coloring book is safe. Of course, I do weird stuff like binding it at the top or the bottom instead of the side, but you know. It works for me. I don't think I'm going to get to the background. But that's okay because that'll give me some time to think about what I'm going to do with it. I might just go simple, which is almost unheard of coming from me. And I mean that in a bad way. I always feel like I have to tweak it over and over and over again until I get what I want out of it. But you know, it's kind of fun. I do like the process. If it wasn't for this ear, I might call it done. At least this part. You know me, I like to tweak. I really wanted to put more shadow down here. Shadow up the side of the back here. Oh, what the other one? I think I used too much dark. That's okay. So as far as the ear goes, what I started doing. Oh, I've been missing the chat. Oh, have fun. Thanks for coming in, Yana. Hey, Marilyn, how are you? Work and lurk. I like that. That's a good one. Work and lurk. Work and lurk. What I started out doing was just the gray, and then I put the black on the top. And I thought, why am I doing that? And then I started adding some brown. And then I erased just a little bit and put in some white, the Prisma white. And that's how I did the ear. But knowing that this ear might have more highlight on it. Oh, smearing is a real issue. It's a first world problem. No matter what I do, I always smear. I guess everybody does. Anyway, so I guess I want the highlight to kind of be, I don't know, just about in the same place. And then I think I'll do the gray. Do y'all have any ideas for me for the background? If I had my wish, I would make it look like he's in a forest at night. With the moonlight shining down. I do want to put him somewhere because I don't want him floating into space. So see all this right here? I'm probably going to put gray around the edge to make it look like he's more rounded. Or she. I call everything he, so. I could do kind of a blurred background where you sort of can see things, but it's blurry. Blurry green and brown, maybe some yellowish floor, and then kind of, I don't know, green here in the darker area around him. I don't know. It is, or I could just get out my sticks, gel sticks, and just dab in everything. Maybe put bubbles around it. I don't know. I kind of like to use my stencils. And I've got a lot of them. I could do a crackle background. Oh, he's sleeping in a den. Okay. So maybe some brownish gray rocks going on here, and I guess that's the crack hole. Let's see if I can find it without taking forever. I may not be able to find the crack hole. I've got some stones, so we can I keep all my stencils in a basket. Oh, there it is. Crackle. Crackle. That would almost look like, you know, the inside of the den. Or you can do a nighttime scene. Where's that stone I just had? Could put that on top of the stone. I've never tried that before. It might be fun. Well, I don't mind doing nighttime. It's just I want to give him something to sit on. This could be, I don't know about that. It's hard to find anything that's at the right angle. Possible. I know this is wood, but I can use part of it. Oh, there's a whole bunch of crackle. Although I don't want to make him look like he's thrown up everywhere. I've got a lot of stencils and I don't use them very often, so I try to use them. Here's some leaves. Could use some stone with leaves on it, maybe. I don't know, something like that. I've probably got more leaves in here somewhere. So it's like one of the things that I try to look for. It's kind of annoying, but I get it. It's cheaper for the manufacturers, but I'll get all these stencils that I don't want to get the few that I do want. I guess that's just how it is. Here's some foliage that kind of looks like the leaves on him. There's some bigger leaves. I don't know if I want feathers. Wow, that looks just like it. So I got some ideas. Probably what I'll do is just play around with it on another page. A page I don't particularly care about coloring. That one looks pretty good too. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly like it, obviously. There's some flowers that kind of look like that. Look at that. So anyway, I think I'll leave those out so I can look at them and play around with it. Oh. I think that would be fun. Any other thoughts about backgrounds? Are you good with that? One of those ideas? I think I'm go with the brown first. I better use this one. Ooh, you're like looking straight down. I haven't zoomed in and out today. I've made people sick so often at the beginning of my streaming, my bi-weekly streaming, that I just feel like, well, if I've got the camera position figured out and the other stuff, I need to go dark, dark, dark here. Dark, 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 dark. I guess I can use another gray. That might be too dark. It's too light. It's like you know what you want, but you don't know how to explain it. You just say, oh, that's it. That's what I was looking for. And where is it in our minds that we see this particular color? Ooh, I like how that. Yeah, I don't want too far on. Well, he's got a big head, so I don't know. Doesn't look like maybe here he's got as much shadow as he would right in this area. Maybe here. Didn't I say I was done with the shadow? And I do like how this cold gray 6 is working as a nice shadow. I like it better than the black or the other gray. what did that guy call it? It's more opaque. So it really looks like a shadow, a darker version of the color that's under it. So I like this color. I actually thought about buying some gray acrylic paint markers. Let's see, Posca has just the gray, one gray color, and it comes with 3. They also have one that's got 3 grays, but one is a slate gray. There's a light slate and a darker gray. And then they have this dark, I guess it's a new thing they're doing. I haven't seen it before. It's more like shadowy colors in different sets. You have the monotone kind of grays and maybe some brown for shading, and you have did they have reds? They had a lot of different ones. I need to get darker with this. I'm going to have any kind of progress on the ear. I'm not sure what that is. And his ear is kind of bent right here. Put another layer. Maybe it's a little bent here too. When I was looking at their ears, I noticed that they weren't completely black. They were black, but I mean, they had lots of variations in there. Oh, I'll go for black. Or I can go for the darker, there's a darker gray. Payne's gray. It pains me to use it. Boom, boom. Psst. I just bought some acrylic paint pens. Did you? What kind? I've got the Tool Art. I used to have. Oh my goodness! All I do is move. Oh gosh, I'm not gonna be able to pick that up right now. It fell too far back. It doesn't take much, and things just start falling. Tool Art, or Toolie Art, is the ones I ended up buying. There was another set before these. I don't remember the name of them, but they didn't work that well. They were really watery. Toolie Arts are not quite as good as Posca's, but I like the pastel set. It has a lot of different beautiful colors in it. But I was thinking of getting the Toolie Art grays. It's got probably warm grays, cool grays, and I didn't check to see if it had any French grays. But it was nice. It's $35, I think. But then all I'm really after is gray. So I don't need 24, 22, whatever it is, grays. I need a light gray, a medium gray, and a dark gray. I mean, I could potentially just have a light gray and a dark gray and just make my own. But I'm going to come in with the black. don't know. I thought, do I need to really do that? No. I mean, I have my part-time work with online teaching, but you know, I want to be careful. I'm gonna come in with this white sooner than I did over there. I can see that brown coming out there. That's pretty cool. Let's go with the lighter gray. I might actually use even a lighter gray than that. Let's see what happens. I don't want to go too light with the grays with the cool grays, because they have some blue in them. It's not the end of the world, but I could go with some of the warm grays, as they have more brown. And that's going to be even too light. Well, I wanted to get light around this part right here. Let me go lighter than that. That's really light. Some of these warm grays look more like French grays. I'm just going to keep adding. I really don't know. I don't have a plan here. I'm just playing around with the colors. See if I can make some impression of fur here. May or may not be able to do. Make sure I get this color in there. So now I'm going to use the Arteza black. After all that, it's really just to fill in the little white spots. Yeah, the layering idea I got from, I think her name's Liz. Liz begins with an M. She's got a Patreon and she has her own coloring and drawing classes. Now for something completely different. This is the Prismacolor blender. Still not as dark as I'd like, so I'm probably gonna go darker. Is anybody coming on after me? I know there's a couple that maybe come on in the afternoon. I definitely need to get darker on that eye. On that eye. Yes, I need. Actually, what I was going to do with the eye was just kind of. I still want to do more on the face. Especially around the edges. To make more shadow. Payne's Gray is my new best friend. Well, I just went over, did that a second time. See if I can get darker. In college, I think maybe that's where the darker, me wanting to make deeper shadows and all that stuff comes from, because our now she didn't tell us how to do it. She just said go darker. Darker, darker, darker. And this one girl, she liked to draw portraits, great big fashion portraits. And she would go through a whole pencil at least, maybe a couple of black pencils, getting it as dark as she could, and the teacher would say, I think you can go darker. Maybe I do want a little bit of that blue since I got it on that side. No, I thought I thought I had a white. Here you go. It's just really hard to get into those little spaces. Lisa. Oh, what was the answer me to? Because I have a short-term memory. I don't know what I said 12 seconds ago. I may have to get out. My Prisma black. I'm going to go ahead and go over that white bit. And I can always come back with the white. Oh, are you? Okay, awesome sauce. Trying to make it curve. That's fun. Okay. That might be too much of a bright spot, but maybe we'll leave it for now since it is 11:30. I know I started a little bit later, but I'm hungry. I want to eat and get my feet up. So I'm at that age where my feet start to swell. And I've got all kinds of advice from the doctor. Well, actually little advice from the doctor, other than put up your feet twice a day and wear those compression socks in the wintertime. And so I went out and just asked different friends what they do. I gotta cut down on my salt, although it's really not that bad. I don't eat like a ton of, I don't really eat chips that much, except on Taco Monday. We have Taco Monday around here because that's 3 points, triple the points. So what do you think so far? Whoop. How's it looking? Thank you so much. Yes, you're welcome, Mona and Sue and Shannon. And thank you, Marilyn, for the name Lisa Mitron. She did one recently, it might not have been recently, where she was coloring a bird, but the background she started, was it a bird? Yeah. She put purple on the background. And then when she was done with that, she went over it again, but with blue. And it just made this really interesting blue color. And then on top of that, she put black. And so it kind of left this little, I don't know, glow behind the bird. And so that's where the layering stuff I got comes from. I need to look at more of her stuff. Like I said at the beginning, I don't much like some of the subject matter, but the techniques, you know, she's been coloring, drawing since she was 3 or something like that, so she's really good. Anyhow, thank y'all so much, and y'all have a great weekend. I'll see you at Shannon's, and I've got full schedule tonight of classes, so I probably won't see you at Emily's, but anyway, y'all have a great weekend. See y'all later. Bye.